the Heart Connection podcast, lovelies. This is a place to connect, to inspire, to heal, and to empower you to live a healthy, happy, and purposeful life from your heart. I'm Pavlina Jirushkova, your host. I'm an intuitive health and life coach, and I help women to connect to themselves, to step into their power and their purpose, and to heal from within. I believe that all issues we are experiencing in life, physical, mental, and emotional, arise from being disconnected from your heart, from your true self, and I'm going to help you to open your mind, to connect to your heart, and to heal from within. So let's dive right in. Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Heart Connection podcast, lovelies. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much for those who are coming back after the first episode. I got so many lovely messages from you. And if it's the first episode for you, welcome as well. I'm so excited and so grateful that you are here. The topic of today's episode is healing chronic health issues or chronic illness holistically. So by chronic health issues, I mean anything from eczema, autoimmune disease, any kind of digestive issues, hormonal issues, or anything else you might be experiencing in the long term. And before I go into it, I want to share again what came through for you before I started recording the episode, what came through for all of you regarding this topic. Heal from within, not without. Out is the focus. You need to go in, go within. The answers are there. You have all the answers within, inside of you, in your body, in your soul. Listen closely and carefully. Your body is speaking to you. You have the answers. Follow the guidance. Heal from within. From the inside out. Listen to your soul. It's speaking to you. There is no problem in the body. The body is just a messenger, showing the way to yourself, to wisdom, to your heart. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the nudges, follow the path. We are here for you, always. Holistic healing is to heal from within, to get out of the mind, inside your body, inside your heart, and follow. Follow the path of enlightenment, of growth. Ride the waves, go with the flow. Let it carry you. Pain and suffering are a sign that you are going against the current. Stop, pause and listen. What is the pain telling you? Listen to the pain. Listen to the discomfort. Listen to your symptoms. Love them. Be grateful for them. They are here for you. Be present with them and breathe through them. They are telling a story. They are the key to your troubles. All the answers are within you. Take care of your body. Listen to your soul and follow the guidance. You are not alone. The universe is holding you. We are holding you. We will carry you home. So beautiful. Okay, let the message sink in a little bit. There was so much wisdom. So much wisdom that came through and so much guidance. You're welcome to pause or go back and listen to it again. Let it resonate, whatever's resonating with you, and leave the rest. And it's possible if you listen to it this week, or if you listen to it next month or next year, you might hear different messages. So just whatever feels right, go back now or later, or just let it resonate right now. And let's get started. So, like I said, the topic of today's episode is healing chronic health issues holistically. And by healing holistically, for me and probably for most of you, means healing your mind, your body, and on the soul level as well. So meaning healing on all your levels. So you're not just your body, you're not just your mind, you have a soul which is living inside your body, and your mind is not the only one guiding you. Actually, your mind is just a tool, let's say. It's a vehicle, it's a tool that your body is using to live in this physical reality. But your true essence is your soul. So that's why it's always so necessary to go within and connect to your soul. And I mentioned it in the first episode, and I will keep mentioning it again and again, that any kind of health issues you are experiencing, any symptoms you are experiencing, no matter if they are mental or physical or even emotional, they mean that you are disconnected from your soul, from your true self. And there are signals from your soul that are manifesting through your body or through your emotions, through your mental state. And all your emotions, all these things have energy, and that is manifesting in your body, and your soul is speaking through your body, giving you signals. And so in order to heal on all levels, in order to heal your body or your mental health, it's necessary to take care of all parts of you, because even though your highest self is your soul, which is living in your body, you need to take care of your body as well. I had to realize it, or got reminded recently the hard way, when I was over the last year or so, I was focusing within myself more on the connection with my inner voice and with my intuition, with my highest self, and I started neglecting the body a little bit, especially over the winter. And during lockdown and everything, I wasn't moving as much. I almost had resistance to moving the body, and I wasn't eating as well as I usually do, and my body started giving me clear signals that this is not the way. And luckily I got reminded again that it's so necessary to take care of your body as well. Not just, it's nice to go within and work on the underlying causes and everything, but if you don't listen to your body, you will sooner or later notice that you need to. You will get some signals from your body, some symptoms, and it can be anything from your weight starting to increase, or you might experience some symptoms such as headaches, or you might feel tired, or anything at all. And if you are experiencing any kind of health issues, let's say eczema, which is, for me, it's the easiest example because that's what I've been dealing with my whole life, then whatever shows up on your skin, it's always a signal that you need to pay attention to that. And that's what any kind of symptom. It's, like the signal your body is telling you is, see me, listen to me, I'm here, give me attention. And you have to give attention to your body, to the symptom, because sometimes it's so strong, whatever it is, the pain or the discomfort, the itchy skin, if we're talking about eczema or anything else you are experiencing, digestive issues. Some of my clients had such severe digestive issues, they had to run to the bathroom all the time and couldn't do anything else. Or they, like with autoimmune disease, there's so many different symptoms, a lot of pain, a lot of fatigue, and all different things. And all these symptoms are just giving you a message. And we will talk about today what these messages are, but it's not the main topic of today's podcast. But I want to start with ways you can take care of your body, you can listen to your body, and then we get to the mind part and then the soul part. So like I said, holistic health and healing is about the body, the mind, and the soul. And so with your body, no matter if you are experiencing any kind of health issues or not, it can be preventative as well, because you don't want to get sick, you don't want to have any chronic health issues in the future. So it can be preventative as well. And always, and you've probably heard this a million times, it's necessary to eat well and to move your body. That's how you nourish the body. So we really need you to nourish your body from the inside out. And by nourishing, I mean nourishing with whole foods, with good quality food, by drinking enough water, and also getting enough sleep, going to nature, connecting to nature, getting enough fresh air. And, especially now the weather is nicer, getting sun exposure as well, even though there's, always so much stigma about going into the sun. But it's necessary to go into the sun without sunscreen for at least 15 minutes a day or so, because by exposing your skin to the sun, this is how your body creates vitamin D, which is so important for your overall health. So sunshine and water and nature is so important as well. So I usually go for a long walk every day and connect to nature. And no matter what the weather is, like if it's pouring down, then I probably won't go. But really, it's so important to get the fresh air, get outside, and that's so important if you do have health issues or not. But to connect to the nature and get out of the house, especially these days when most of us are working from home and we don't have to go to work, we don't have to commute. So just get outside and stretch your legs, connect to nature, connect to the earth, listen to the birds, watch the clouds, and watch the trees blooming and the flowers blooming and everything, and nourish your body with whole foods. That's so important, cut out any processed foods, any packaged foods. I know it's convenient, but it's just not good for your body. So by whole foods, I mean, fruits and vegetables, any kind of quality meat and eggs, preferably organic, and any kind of legumes or grains. if you're experiencing health issues, then I would go for gluten-free. At least try it out, like all this buzz with eliminating gluten. I mean, I was gluten-free for ages, then I was intolerant to gluten for a while as well, when I was struggling with my chronic health issues. And now I'm able to eat gluten again, but it's not bad to eliminate gluten for a while. You can just try it out, see what it does, if you feel better, if you have more energy, because the gluten the grains we are eating today, especially wheat, aren't as good quality as back in the days, hundreds of years ago, or even like in the age of our grandmothers. So gluten, if you do eat it, then sporadically, or don't make it part of your everyday. You can have it, but I would, if you do experience chronic health issues, then I would maybe try to cut it out, maybe for a month or so, and see how you feel, if it helps you or not. And another thing that I would consider maybe cutting down on or eliminating for a while, or even for good, because there's nothing good for you, is sugar, especially white sugar, processed sugar. There's natural sources you can use, there's, for example, dates or coconut sugar, or other natural sweeteners you can use if you do need to use any sweeteners. But white sugar is not for your body. It promotes inflammation in your body. So especially if you are experiencing any kind of health issues, I would definitely cut out sugar, at least for a little bit, at least for a month. Try it out. I know for a lot of people it's not easy, but it's not hard either. I tend to get addicted to sugar, but then it's not hard to cut it out. It's just a decision to just decide that you want to cut it out and try it. And you can, if you have cravings, just have a piece of fruit. Now we have so many fresh fruits now, spring and summer. Or have something like a healthier option. Like you can have some bliss balls, or you can have a little bit of dried fruit, like dates, like I said before, or you can use it in baking as well. And coconut sugar is quite a good option. And there's others, but I don't want to get too deep into nutrition, because it's not the most important thing in healing your chronic health issues. Like I said, it is important to take care of your body and nourish your body, but I have experienced many times, and with myself as well, that with my clients and with my own healing, that eliminating foods or changing the diet is really not the most important thing. But it is important to nourish your body. So like I said, plenty of fruits and vegetables, good quality whole foods, good quality, preferably gluten-free grains, legumes. If you do want to get a head start, like apart from sugar and gluten, you can also try to cut out dairy. That might be another irritant, especially if you do have chronic health issues. Then dairy can be one of the most common irritants apart from gluten. And so just play with it. You can try to do like a little elimination diet. Don't do too many things, because that can be too much. But if you want to try it out, then like I said, sugar, gluten, dairy, maybe you can go with coffee and alcohol as well. And some people might react to eggs. Like gluten, dairy, and eggs are usually the 3 most common foods that people are sensitive to. So you can ask your body, you can ask your inner voice, or you can try it out or not. But if you eat a well-balanced, nourishing diet, then you might not even need to eliminate anything. Just saying. It might be good to do a little detox, especially if you haven't been eating that well, and try it at least for a few weeks and see how you go, see how you feel. If you experience increase in energy or anything, see how it goes. But definitely aim for whole foods and cut out any processed food, any packaged pre-made meals, and sugar would be a good thing to eliminate, definitely in the beginning, but long term as well. Like, I do have periods when I eat sugar, especially like when I go visit my mom or my in-laws, then there's always something, like there's always homemade baked goods, and sometimes I do have it. There's periods when I eat it, then right now I'm not eating any sugar. So, and I don't feel even like I need it. So once you cut it out, it might take a week or two before the cravings go away. But right now I don't really feel like having sugar at all. And it will be the same for you. If you feel like you just need it, you're addicted to sugar, try it out for a week or two, decide that you want to try it, and you will see that in a week or two you won't need it. And in the future, like if you have something sweet now and then, that will be fine. But I wouldn't, like, I had times when I would eat something sweet every day, and sometimes I do, but I might really have a healthier option, like a raw bar made with nuts and dates, or I would just have fruit, or a piece of high quality chocolate with a high percentage of cocoa, or something like that. And so, yeah, and another thing regarding taking care of your body is definitely movement. For me, I notice if I don't move my body, it influences everything. It influences the rest of my day, the rest of my life, and other areas of my life, and it's just not flowing. So it's so important to move the body, move the energy in the body. It helps you to release things that are blocked, blocked emotions and blocked energy, and get things moving, get your body moving, everything. So I usually move some kind of way every day, like usually in the morning, because that works best for me. But if it's easier for you to move your body in the afternoon, then it's your decision. And it doesn't have to be a lot of exercise. Some days for me it's only 10 or 15 minutes. Today it was I think 40 or 45 minutes, and it can look different every day. Some days I do yoga, some days I would do some kind of online class, because I'm still not going to any kind of in-person classes. And some days I might just dance, or I might stretch, or I might go for a walk. But it's so good to move your body every day. And I do notice seriously when I haven't moved my body for a while, then things tend to feel sticky or stuck, and they're just not moving. But once I get into the habit of moving my body again every day, or at least, every weekday, because weekends might be different for you. For me, they are definitely different. But the weekdays, I get up earlier and I would meditate in the morning. I would move my body. Sometimes I journal, sometimes I do something different. But usually meditation and movement in the morning is essential for me. And like I said, it doesn't have to be anything long. You can start small. If you're not used to moving your body, start with 10 minutes a day, or even, 5 minutes a day, and then increase it every week, but start somewhere. And it's really good to move your body every day. Like I said, to move the energy, get things moving, like this, it helps your digestion, it helps your mental health, it helps with so many things, and it's so good to stretch your body in the morning after you've been sleeping for how many hours. So yeah, that's how to take care of your body. And there's many other ways you can take care of your body as well, like there might be, I'm reading a book about Ayurveda right now, and there's all of these Ayurvedic practices you can do in the morning, like scrape your tongue and do oil pulling and dry brush before you have a shower in the morning. I've been also doing cold showers when I wake up to, wake my body up, and it's so good for your immunity as well. So there's many, many different ways, but you can start small. You can just start with a few minutes a day, and it can be a morning routine, or it might be more convenient for you to do it in a different part of the day. If evening is more convenient for you, that's fine too. But I find, and a lot of people I know find it as well, that if you have a regular morning routine, then it will set you up for the day. And for me, at least, the days tend to be very different if I do have a morning routine and if I don't. And I tried different things, I tried to exercise in the afternoon or do things in the afternoon. But a lot of the times I would just put it off, or I would say, I'm tired, I don't feel like it anymore. And I would start slipping, and it just wasn't happening. So it's so much better to do it in the morning, and then you're done and you set up for the day, and you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. And so the second part, that was the body, how to nourish your body, take care of your body. The second part is how to take care of your mind, because you have a body and you have a mind and you have a soul. So your mind, of course, is connected to the body. Some people even call it the body mind, and it's all connected anyway. But your mind is so important when dealing with chronic health issues, because most people, including me, still, it's not as much anymore, but in the past definitely, and most people these days just live unconsciously, just caught in their mind, and they live unconsciously. They live from their subconscious, which means they run programs in their mind, in their brain, and they just keep running the same thoughts, running the same mind patterns, living from the same limiting beliefs, same limiting thoughts. And they're usually, for most people, is negative thoughts. I spoke about it a little bit in the first episode, and we as humans tend to have most of our thoughts are negative, because that's how our brain has been programmed millions of years ago, and that's just how the brain works, that it's focusing on the negative things because it's trying to protect you from potential danger, and it's trying to protect you from negative experiences or bad experiences from the past. And it's programmed based on your past experiences. So it's just running on autopilot, we're just running, the brain is running the same thoughts, the same patterns over again. That's why we're experiencing the same experiences, the same, things keep repeating. You feel like you keep attracting the same relationships, the same people, same experiences. And a lot of the time, days feel the same. Every day feels the same over and over again. And that's just because you running on autopilot. 95 of your subconscious thoughts are unconscious. It's only like 5%. For most people, 5% of your thoughts are conscious, where you're really present and you really consciously do something. But most of the time, we're really running on the autopilot. And with health issues, with no matter what symptoms you're experiencing, they're often connected to these programs in your mind, in your head, on these subconscious programs, on your limiting beliefs. And because these thoughts, your thoughts, are connected to your emotions, and when you keep thinking negative thoughts, they will create your beliefs, and these beliefs will influence how you feel. And how you feel emotionally will influence how you feel physically as well, because emotions influence different hormones, different chemicals in your body. And over time, if you keep thinking the same thoughts all over again and keep feeling the same emotions all over again, and it can be years, with chronic health issues, especially if you stressed, for a long time, or if your limiting beliefs are connected to some traumas you experienced in the past. And it can go all the way into your childhood, into your teenage years, or and later as well. But a lot of the times it's connected to beliefs you learned when you were little, when you were a child, and over time they keep building and building and stacking onto each other, and they keep growing and growing. And then over time, when we keep thinking these thoughts and keep feeling these emotions and experiencing the same experiences that are hard for us, and that and can be stressful. And especially a lot of people experience these thoughts that subconsciously, that they're not good enough, they are not doing enough, that they need to do more. And we keep pushing ourselves and to do more and to do more and to do better, and we're never happy, and we're always thinking about what we can do more of, how can we, how, especially, career-driven people, or all of us, or we just want to be loved, and sometimes it's really hard, especially if you don't love yourself, then it's really hard to find people to love you, because if you don't believe that you are lovable, then it's hard for other people to believe it, and you will attract people that might not treat you well, or that might not treat you the way you would like them to. And if you're living in this constant feeling of not being enough, not being loved, not being whatever else, it will influence how you feel, and it will influence your mental health, and it will influence your physical health. And it can look differently for anyone and everyone, like every person. And some people will never experience anything like this, but a lot of us, especially these days, experience some kind of chronic health issues. It can be pain, it can be, women's health issues, it can be, like I said, skin issues like eczema or anything else. And there's more and more women, especially more women than men, who experience autoimmune disease, and all different kinds of them. There's so many of them now. But no matter what you are experiencing, and it even doesn't matter what the issue is, because ultimately it's always connected to what's underneath. It really doesn't matter what the label is, what the diagnosis, because ultimately, really, you need to look underneath what the body is telling you, what the symptoms are telling you, and it can be different for every person. It doesn't mean that if I have eczema and somebody else has eczema, that the reasons underneath are the same. They might be very, very different. I have many clients with eczema, and it's usually very different. We always go all the way into when the eczema showed up, or whatever it is, whatever the health issues is, when it showed up, what was happening in their life. And it can be anything from work stress, relationship problems. It can be some kind of trauma. It can go all the way into childhood. I shared my story last time, but like I said, it can be different for everyone. And eczema is just an example I keep giving because it's the closest for me. But like I said, it can be any kind of health issue. And we always have to go underneath, always, and work on, on the mindset and all on being conscious and mindful about our thoughts. That's always the first thing when I work with people in my one-on-one deep healing program. Always the first thing we work on is mindfulness, and to start noticing thoughts you are thinking, to start noticing limiting beliefs you have, and then to work on changing them. And there's so many ways, but like the easiest way is to, when you notice a negative thought or even a negative emotion, because they're always connected, then just pause. And when you notice, just pause. And you can, for example, I've been talking about that with some of my clients this week. The easiest way you can change your thoughts or your limiting beliefs is to connect it to your body again. So change your physical state. When you notice that I think there's like this mind pattern going, that you are thinking some negative thoughts, or these limiting beliefs have come up, whatever it is, or when you are experiencing negative emotion, any kind of negative emotion, just snap out of it. And the easiest way to snap out of it and to change the pattern in your brain is to change your physical state. And it can be really easy. It can be, you can put like a little rubber band on your wrist, and every time you notice it, you can just stretch the rubber band and let it go, and it will, you will feel it on the skin when you do that with your rubber band. Or you can do anything else. You can, if you're sitting, you can jump up and do a few jumping jacks, or you can wash your face with cold water, or you can anything. You can do a little dance or anything else to change your physical state. And that will, or you can clap your hands a few times, and that will change your physical state, and that will break the pattern. And then, instead of the negative thought you were thinking, the negative emotion you were feeling, choose something else. So you can choose an affirmation, like an easiest affirmation is I love myself. Instead of whatever negative thought you were thinking, just say I love myself and I accept myself. Or you can choose emotions, and the best emotion, like you can't feel two emotions at once. You can't feel sad or angry and grateful at the same time. So again, the easiest way is to feel gratitude. And the easiest, like it can be really little things. The easiest way is to find something to be grateful for in the present moment. So you can just look around, and it can be, you know, the sun is shining, so you can say just and really feel it. Feel the gratitude in your body. You can even put your hands on the heart and say it out loud. I'm grateful that the sun is shining today, or I'm grateful for that my plant is blooming, or I'm grateful for this beautiful fresh glass of water I'm holding in my hand, and have a drink. You know, it can be anything. So anything, that is how you break the pattern. So the first step is to notice what you're thinking, the negative thought you are thinking, or the negative emotion you are feeling. Change it with changing your physical state, and then choosing a different thought or a different emotion. And when you connect the two, like I said, with feeling grateful or feeling joyful, like you can, another thing can be to start smiling, even though if you don't feel like it, because especially if you're feeling some kind of negative emotion like anger, or you're sad or anything, then you don't feel like smiling. But even just, you know, an artificial smile, which you try to put on your face, will change your physical state and will again break the pattern. So you can try to put the smile on. And when you start smiling, after a while, even though you didn't feel like it, you will actually start smiling from the inside, and just try to laugh. You know, it can sound artificial at first, but just try to laugh, or, you know, watch something funny, but change your state, feel the joy, feel the gratitude, feel the love, whatever it is. Change your state, change your emotion, and change the thought. Choose a different thought, choose a different emotion. That's the easiest way how you can break the pattern in your brain. And if you do it often enough, if you do it over and over again, over time, you will change the patterns in your brain, in your mind. And if there's, you know, there, like I said, can be underlying causes, and there usually are, especially with chronic health issues, then it's necessary to uncover these underlying patterns and unblock them on the subconscious level, on the energetic level. I talked about EFT last time, and about working with your inner voice. And there's two of the methods I use, but there's other ones as well. I'm not gonna go into that too much today, because we will talk about it in future episodes. But, you know, if you are experiencing chronic health issues, you definitely need to unblock the underlying causes, to find them and unblock them, ideally with like a certified practitioner, or, you know, with someone who knows who they are doing. But you can even start with how I started, for example, with EFT. Was I just watched EFT videos on YouTube, and I would just step along, and that would help so much, especially if we're talking mental health issues like anxiety or fear, or anything else. That it can really help, because EFT neutralizes the response in your nervous system. It calms the body. It pretty much calms the fight or flight response in your brain. And it can be so helpful in calming the body down, calming the nervous system down. Because I recently heard from a lecture I was listening to that when you stressed for 20 minutes, it will influence your body for the next 5 hours. And if someone's chronically stressed, then you pretty much in constant fight or flight. You're in constant, your body is not functioning the way it should, and then your immune system is down. You're like all the things that aren't important when your body perceives the situation as potentially dangerous. When you're in this fight or flight response, then it's not, which is, like I said, these things, like these parts of your brain are millions of years old. So when back in the days when there was a possibility that you would get eaten by a tiger, or that you would get eaten maybe by the neighboring tribe or whatever, like the danger was real. For most of us today, the danger is just perceived in the mind. And that's what stress is pretty much. We stressed about something that's not even real. But for your body, it's pretty much the same, no matter if you are in real danger or you just stressed. Your body is the same. In this state, your body shuts down your immune system, it shuts down your reproductive system, and it shuts down your digestive system and all these other things. That's why your body is not working properly. So that's why it's so important to work on your energy, to work on these negative thoughts and your emotional state, and to feed your body well and work on unblocking these underlying causes and the blocks and all these issues. And that's how you can ultimately heal. But the third and most important thing, I believe, is to start listening to your soul and to your body. Because like I said in the beginning, any symptoms you are experiencing, with any symptoms you have, it's your body giving you some kind of message. And like I said, it can be different for every person. The same symptom for me, it can mean something very different than the same symptom for someone else, for you, or for someone completely different. So the most important thing is to start listening to your body and to your inner voice, to your soul. Don't listen what other people tell you, even sometimes even doctors. Or recently one of my clients told me that some kind of healer told her she had problems with one of her organs and that she had problems with something else. And people tend to get attached to what doctors tell them or what some kind of authority tells them, even some healers, and people rely too much on other people healing them, other people fixing them. And when a doctor tells them your disease is incurable, you will have to take medication until the end of your life, then most people believe it. I was told that, a few years ago, I was told that I will have to take hormones for my thyroid because I had hypothyroidism, and I only took them for a month or two, and then I stopped and I healed my thyroid, and now I don't have to take any medication. And most people will just take it for granted because that's what the doctor told me, that's how it is. And so many people take medication for their thyroid, for anything else, and most of these things can be healed, guys, seriously. And I was taught my whole life, that I can't heal my eczema. And even though I haven't healed it completely, it will still flare up now and then, especially if I'm stressed or, if there's something happening emotionally in my life, then it might still flare up. And all I need to do, and no matter if you're just starting or if you've been on your healing journey for a while, all you need to do is listen to your body and to listen to your soul. What does the symptom mean? So there's different ways of communication from your soul. It can be, like I said, it can be symptoms. And before you start experiencing symptoms, you might have heard some whispers, you know. There might have been thoughts that would pop up and you weren't listening to them. For example, that the job you are in is not the job for you, and that is too stressful for you, and that it's not your purpose to be in this job, and that you should do something different, and you weren't listening, or you were in a relationship that wasn't great for you, that just wasn't in alignment with what you wanted, and you still kept staying. Or it just can be, even though you're in the right relationship, you might still have some limiting beliefs or some patterns that keep bringing things up. And sometimes it can bring things up just to, to release them, to heal them, to work through them. So it doesn't always have to mean, if you're experiencing some problems, that something wrong. Maybe you just need to work through it and heal it yourself, and doesn't have to mean always that you need to leave the job or leave the relationship or dump all your friends that aren't good for you or whatever. It can be different things. That's why it's always so important to work on the individual level. And there can be other signs, it can be angel numbers, it can be when you start noticing the signs around you, when you start noticing the signs from within you, all of a sudden you notice signs are everywhere. And they can look very different for you. They can come in your dreams. You can see images, when you're meditating, or it can be gut feelings. You have a gut feeling about something, or, it can look very different. It can be a yes or no. So usually when it's a yes in your body, it can feel like expansion or joy. And, it's like your body opens. But when it's a no, then your body sort of constricts or closes, or, it just doesn't feel comfortable in the body. So different feelings in the body, or gut feelings. You can experience tingles or anything else as signs. Sometimes my inner voice will send me tingles when something feels good. So it can be also good signs. So no matter what it is, if it's, the health issues, the symptoms, or anything else, you can just ask your body what it's telling you. And your body is always speaking on behalf of your soul. So your soul, your inner voice, is speaking through your body. So you can, if you're not sure what the symptoms mean, you can just tune in. You can do it right now if you want, or later, doesn't matter. But you can just tune in. You can even put your hands on the heart to make it easier for yourself. Put your hands on the heart and just tune in. Start breathing. You can breathe in through your nose and breathe out through the mouth. And just put your attention into your heart. And just take a few breaths there. See what you feel. Try to get out of the head. It will help you when you exhale with your mouth. It will help you to get deeper, to get into the body, into your heart. And if you're already familiar with inner voice work, or if you're using a different technique and feel or hear your inner voice in a different spot in your body than your heart, then focus your attention there. But if you're not sure, just put your hands on the heart and keep breathing, and just ask your inner voice, ask your body, what does the symptom mean? Whatever it is, if you're experiencing any kind of pain, any kind of symptom like skin issues, digestive issues, whatever it is, just tune in and ask your inner voice, what does the pain mean? What does the eczema mean? Why is it so itchy? Why do I have this pain? Why do I have this discomfort? Why am I so tired? Just, substitute for your question and keep breathing, and don't hold your breath, just keep breathing and keep breathing out with your mouth and just listen for the answer. And you might get one or you might not get one right away. If you haven't experienced connection to your inner voice yet, or the easiest way sometimes is to just write the answer down. Write down the question and then let the answer come. It might, for me anyway, and for many people, it's the easiest way how to hear what does it mean? What does the symptom mean? What is my body telling me? What's the message in a voice? And then just use automatic writing and write down whatever comes first. Just write it down. And you can keep asking, is there anything? What can I do in a voice? What can I do to change it? How can I release this symptom? Or what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to eat? Or what do you want me not to eat or not to do? You can ask so many different questions and then listen for the answers, or write down the answers that come to you. And just keep breathing. Don't hold your breath, because if you hold your breath, or when you just keep inhaling, as you're staying in your head and you're staying in your thoughts, you really want to breathe out and connect to your heart, or to wherever you feel or hear your intuition, your inner voice, and let the answers come to you. And they might not come straight away, but that's okay. You can keep practicing and see what happens. And it's one way of many of communicating, but it's so important for anyone, not just people with health issues, to connect to their heart, to their highest self on a regular basis, and keep going within, because most of us are in the head most of the time, and the mind tends to keep focusing on the past or on the future. It's hardly ever present. So connecting to your inner voice, to your heart, to your highest self, whatever you want to call it, or you can call it something completely different. It's just a way of connecting to yourself. And you can just, stay there and breathe for a while. Be present, and you can notice, how your body's feeling. You can notice what you're sitting on, what your hands are touching. You can notice what sounds are around you, what smells are in the room or wherever you are. You can focus on what you see around you. That will help you to get present. So there's so many ways how to connect and how to get to the present moment. And just notice. And then thank your inner voice and thank your body for whatever answers you received. And keep practicing, keep trying, keep connecting. And all these things are connected, you know. I talked about the body, the mind, and the soul. All these things are connected because, like I said, you are a soul living in your body, and the body is connected to the mind. The mind is helping you to live in this physical world, and it's influencing how you feel. And then again, your emotions are influencing the chemistry in your body, and it's all connected. It's like this circle, you know. It's all connected. It's nothing is less or more. It's all connected, and it's necessary to work on all three parts of you equally. So even though I believe that, you know, you heal from within, you still need to take care of your body and of your mind and to connect to your soul. So all these things help you to be present, to be healthy, to live the life you are meant to live, because usually also the symptoms you are experiencing are messages that you are not living in alignment with your highest self, with your soul, and you might need to leave the job or leave the relationship or change something in the job, in the relationship, or in your life, you know, whatever it is, whatever's underneath, or you might change. And that's usually the most important thing, your relationship to yourself, and work on yourself, work on your whole being, your mindset, your relationship to your body, your beliefs, everything. And just keep connecting to your heart, keep connecting to yourself. It's not that hard, you know. It can sound like there's so many things, but overall it's not that hard. It's really basic, and you can really start small. You can start with eating better and moving your body and a little bit of meditation. Like, you can start with a minute a day and connecting to your inner voice and to yourself. And gradually you can add more, or you can find someone like me, or of course there's many other people that can help you to help you, to guide you, to support you, someone who holds you accountable, because that's so important as well, because we tend to get stuck in our old patterns, and when you're by yourselves, it's not that easy to change anything. So when or find a friend that will support you, and you can do it together, you know. So start small, start today. Decide that you want to start today, that you want to change something today, and it can be this little exercise we did, and then maybe tomorrow you can wake up 5 minutes earlier and you can stretch and you can do a minute of meditation, and that can be it. Or you can do something different. You can decide, you know, that you're gonna cut out sugar for a month and then see how it goes. But don't do one thing. Start working on all these different things. So mind, body, and soul. And maybe choose one little thing from each of these areas, and then gradually over time you get where you want to be. So I think that's all for today, everything I wanted to talk about. And thank you so much for listening from my whole heart. Thank you so much for being here. And it would mean the world to me if you like this episode to subscribe, to write and review. That would help to get the podcast out there and to get it to people who might need to hear it, who this information might be useful for. So if you really like this episode, please do. It would really help me and the podcast and all these beautiful people out there who are in need of healing. So, and if you have any questions, let me know. You can find me on Instagram at pavlina.jiroshkova or on my website www.pavlinairoshkova.com. And I will look forward to hearing from you, and I will talk to you again next week. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you again next time. Okay, bye-bye. This episode was brought to you by my signature Deep Healing Program. The One-on-One Deep Healing Program is a high-level 6-month coaching and intuitive healing program for women with chronic health issues such as eczema, autoimmune disease, digestive or hormonal issues. If you are ready to connect to your true self, to step into your power and to heal from within, this program is for you. You can finally have an understanding of what your body and your soul need to heal on all levels. You will learn proven tools to get you there, and you will receive ongoing support from me throughout your healing journey. Together, we will uncover and unblock the underlying causes of your health issues so you can start living a healthy, happy, fulfilled, and purposeful life. So are you ready to take responsibility for your own health and well-being and to heal from within? Just head over to www.pavlinairoshkova.com and schedule a discovery call with me. I'm so excited to hear from you.